Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com. Keep your radio dial right here.
This is your girl, Miss Conniw-LV. We have a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and your naked truth?
Hi, my name's Paige, and my naked truth is I have a husband out in Washington and one here in Vegas, and currently right now I'm pregnant, and the one in Vegas doesn't know about it.
Damn, Paige. Okay, then, listen, it's hard to find one person to love, and you found two. Shout out to you. Let everybody know that there is a baby on the way, and the naked truth is you don't know who the hell your baby daddy is. Listen, you got to stay tapped in to stay turned on. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m., The Naked Truth, Miss Conniw-LV.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
This is your girl, Miss. Foreplay isn't just physical. It begins with attention, it deepens with curiosity, and it blossoms in trust. That's one of the many levels of intimacy we explore on The Naked Truth. Let me turn your love language up. I'm your girl, Miss Conniw-LV. I am your bedroom boutique consultant, /11002. I am the lady with the lube. It doesn't matter if you're loving on yourself or somebody else. I got you. You know, the amazing thing about being a stylist for over 30 years is that I have people sit in my chair all the damn time talking about their relationships, the good, the bad, the ugly, the affairs, the proposals, and God, they don't even get started on the menopause frustrations and the impotent men. Listen, you trying to find your spark again. I'm trying to diagnose you, comb your hair, give you some therapy, fill up your cup, but ultimately, if you tap in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth, I got a whole panel of folks to tell you how to get your shit together, because all I keep telling you is that I'm the lady that sell lube. It's your girl, Miss Conniw-LV, and that's my naked truth. You're listening to Miss Connie from Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth at Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Good afternoon, good evening. It is your girl, Miss Conniw-LV, and once again, it is the happiest hour of the day. It is that 5 o'clock hour, and it is Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth. So make sure you grab you a little cocktail or beverage of choice, because I got some real conversation to talk about today. What's going on, everybody? Just make sure before we get started into the show that you follow, copy, paste, subscribe, engage. Do something, okay? If you're not going to do it for you, at least just do it for me. I just appreciate it. You see me out here moving around in the community, you know what I'm saying, trying to open up all these doors, which has led me to the power hour, okay? Listen. It is not about all fun in this senior world. Sometimes you got to show up for work, okay? And now I understand why going to bed at 8 o'clock makes sense. Because when you ain't with senior citizens, baby, we have full-on parties and brunches in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, actually at the top of the morning. Let's give a shout out to Doolittle, yes, over there, as well as William McCurdy for that great event that you guys saw me posting content on the past 24 hours. Such an amazing Mother's Day event that he threw for the community. And shout out to AC Marriott Symphony Park, guys. Make sure you check out the hotel down there. I mean, it's really, really nice. Las Vegas is really, really changing. And I tell you what, I don't know if you can afford the gas, but if you have a problem with that, you definitely get ready to have a problem with the real estate. But get on in here. The Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth. I'm going to tell you what I know, and the whole truth, nothing but the truth, the naked truth, okay? Earlier today, I posted a reel about something that's very concerning to me. So sometimes when I do remember, I like to mention how I come up with these topics. So how I came up with the topic is, at this tender age of 50 plus years, you meet people, you know? And so everybody got a buffet of information for you, you know, so they just constantly feeding you off of their plates. But guess what? Guess if you are authentically set in your own diet and understand your blood type and nutrition, you know better. So, you know what I'm saying? You just got to do better. Now look at me shining. I'm getting overstimulated already over here because I ain't had no business drinking no Red Bull. I don't want that. That's gonna stick to my forehead like that guy in the No, I just watched an interview of somebody that was sweating and he went to wipe his head and there was a whole piece of tissue on the top of his head. I can't even think of who it was. Anyway, yeah, back to this power hour. I just want to let you guys know that a lot of y'all talk about you don't watch the news, you don't know what's going on in the world. So hopefully, if you don't have time to tap into your local news, you tapping in right now because something is going on. Okay, something is going on. I just saw an article or report about the over the counter. I don't know if it was over the counter, but now I guess in America we can't get this drug. This next day, what is it called? Plan B, sort of like this almost self-elimination of pregnancy. But we don't have Planned Parenthoods. We don't have options. But every 7 minutes, it is a freaking male enhancement drug on. Commercial on. Just selling all this stuff for them to just stay stern and fit. And here we are getting the daycare cut off. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then had a conversation with my granddaughter this morning, taking her to school. At 16, she had a conversation with me that I felt was, I don't know. Because now as I think about it, it's like, yo, this is when we should have the conversations, because literally the age that this little girl is right now, I met her grandfather and created her dad. So as much as I want to say, like, I'm almost amazed at the conversation and the context that I'm having with younger women. And I mean, as far as from the age of 12 all the way up to 40. And once again, I will say there is a miseducation to the vagina. Okay? Yo, we doing a lot. We doing a lot and we ain't getting nothing done around here. Okay? That's what I said. The system is invested in erections and not education. So if you don't think that sexual education is relevant in your household, in your conversations, then here we go in this whole whirlwind of ignorance, okay? Because sometimes we are so vested in protecting the innocence that it's almost a level of ignorance. And when I hear stories of a little girl, a 7-year-old baby, being abducted from her home by a predator, and her parents had the conversation with her about a predator, but somewhere it didn't resonate, or maybe we got too comfortable with just giving them the information and not the education behind this, and we've lost a little baby, to a monster. So it's just, it's just a lot. And I'm just thinking about where I am and having a conversation, and everybody is always like, oh, well, Connie, you can't be talking about that and this and that. And I'm just like, how come? When do we have the time to talk about anything? How come we aren't having these necessary conversations? How come they aren't enforcing a level of sexual education in the schools? If we look at the media and we look at these transient relationships where we just see the coming and the going, but I don't think we understand why, the causes and effects of what's going on. And a lot of this has to do with self-respect. I'm just going to say it, because there comes a time in your life that your mind and your body connect where the boundaries and the respect for yourself doesn't allow you to enter in certain situations, because they already know not to play with you. But guess what? It takes time to get to these levels. And I do understand that. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. So it's like everybody want to talk about sex, but nobody wants to talk about the healing, the responsibility, and the protection that comes along with the real conversation of intimacy. And once again, every week at this same hour, I tell you, it's levels to this shit. Okay. So we're going to get on to the conversation and we're going to get into here, because I like to know what is the proper age to have these conversations. I've already discussed that before. Everybody has a whole different concept on that. But I'm going to tell you right now, like I've said before, most people who have had some level of trauma has been before the age of 10. So hence we got to have these conversations. And guess what? As an older woman, being single and meeting these gentlemen out here, it's clear to me that they ran into a bunch of bimbos and dummies, because I'm not falling for it. Like listen, bruh, fall back. Okay. And women, stop and really listen to what these men are saying to us in these conversations, especially if you are here successfully single, you meeting, you greeting, and you dating. You have to really not always be ready for the answer, but listen to the conversation, because sometimes if 17 minutes in, you will see the disconnect. You will understand that this is not for you. But, and that's something, it's so funny, because even as I say that, I think about, you sent me a reel about, it's annoying how when somebody is talking and you always try to, and I call it the Oprah Winfrey effect, because she always used to be like, oh, that was me. That happened to me too, instead of sometimes listening to the person's whole story, And so now I've become very conscious of that and realize that although I want to interject probably 75 times in the midst of the sentence, by the time you're done talking, I need to go to the other line, because I don't even want to respond. Sometimes it's not even a doggone response to some of this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to know that, as a bedroom boutique consultant, okay, as an educator of women's health and wellness, what and when and how are you handling yourself? Okay, we hear about these epidemics. We hear about these culture vulture. We hear about these viruses, these epidemics, and yet we don't see any condom commercials. Do you? Do you see condoms?
Well, I mean, there is a condom shortage right now. They're not making enough condoms.
How is it a condom shortage and there's water bottles everywhere? Plastic is plastic. It's grocery bags flying down the street.
It's latex, and I think that there's an issue with this horror that we got going on.
Now, ain't that
with
just convenient? So now, wherever they make Cialis, it's coming in rapidly.
It's coming in. It's coming in.
It's coming in. And what's
it's coming in, and those pounds are going off. Okay.
The Planned Parenthood is gone. The latex is a shortage. The gas, listen, the gas is too high for you to go anywhere, so you just sitting at home baking like an oven. Okay, you just.
And y'all voted for this. I just want to say that.
Oh my God. Then we have the oversaturation of this content that is basically exposing our children to Can I say that word?
What word? What say? Mute.
That's basically exposing our children to pornography.
Like
and
what?
say the S&M, the whole files.
Oh,
because they literally tell you every day. I was watching, I have a lot of these content, and they were like, go to the U.S. Gov and you can look up this. And I was like, yo, our kids are researchers. So you literally have kids going in watching children be assaulted. It's almost
allegedly forever.
Allegedly,
we gotta say it.
Yeah, allegedly.
But
even though we see it, but we don't know. I guess AI, I don't know. But allegedly watching this, and having real discussions. The kids are, and I'm just like, okay, how do I handle this as a grandmother, as a 50-year-old? Because I remember when my son was exposed to pornography, and I told this story before, when my oldest son, Stefan be actually 38 next month, and Dante, 1996, you get to an age where you got to go back to the years and remember when you had these kids. So Stefan be 38 this month, in August, and Dante be 33, and I never forget, he found the Superhead tape. No.
Who found it? Found it.
Yeah, I don't know where Stefan got this video from.
Oh, it wasn't from your house.
Heck, no. I just got this liberal.
It's looking suspicious.
No, it's not. It's not looking suspicious. No, and Dante saw this tape, and I had to have that real conversation with him, like, this isn't love. Like, nobody is handling your mother like this, Like, I've never, still to this day, I'm not on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think I ever saw it.
Whoa.
I read her book, though.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, that book was very interesting.
And they say a book is more detailed. So if it was more detailed than what I saw, because I couldn't believe it. And hey, much respect to her. I'm not coming down on her, but as a mother.
But I think that some people, some people enjoy certain sexual encounters. Some people like it. They like it a lot.
No, listen, as a voyeur, I will definitely be honest. As a voyeur now, and talking about it as an adult with adult children is a lot different than finding it as a mother of a young son.
Mm-hmm. We definitely, there was definitely some Jake Steed videos found in our house. I don't even know how these videos came, but shout out to my co-host, Sir, but he was talking about how randomly he found some pornography in the gutter on his way home from school. he really told my grandparents that in real life. And I know they were looking at him like, boy.
No, listen, remember back then it used to be Hustler, Sport, you would find all this different stuff. But I think that was like right when the internet, I don't even remember how VHS tapes was made. Like, it's so dinosaur right now. But this was literally like a VHS tape, not a CD.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't even know where them kids got that doggone tape from, but I don't have a problem with it as an adult. As a bedroom boutique consultant, do what, pleases you, but understand that it's certain levels of respect, that has to be taken. But it's just crazy because, like, this is so funny because Ronnie and I and one of her friends, we were down at the Doolittle at the park, and I was teaching them how to hula hoop in the park after the class. Shout out to Miss Pat. And Annette, I think that was her name. She was trying to catch the rhythm and she couldn't. And I was like, too bad I don't have my radio out here because I would play music so you could catch the beat. And I was like, you got to kind of wind your hips. And then I start singing, throw that ass in a circle. Hey, throw that. And as she caught and as I sang, she kind of caught the rhythm and I found myself projecting, getting louder. And then I heard two of my elders down there like, okay, nasty. And I was like, oh my God. Connie, like, just when you thought you was grown, just when you thought you was old, this when you became a senior, you realized that you wasn't an elder. And I was like, Lord, is these kids? And Kim Brown was the one who brought my attention to the song. See what I'm saying? 1 Corinthians 15:33, bad association spoils useful habits. Because the song was in my head because of Kim. Kim was talking about something because the Cinco de Mayo fell on a Tuesday and showed me a joke talking about how do you say throw that ass in a circle in Spanish. It took me 20 minutes to get the joke. She was like, Connie, just forget it. And then here I go singing the song. And of course, when you say something, everything always plays. So this ends up coming on my app in the car. And I'm like, okay, I'm always listening to the music like, oh, this is a good hula hoop workout song. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then I'm singing the song to myself. But then guess what? I'm taking Sanai to school in the morning and the song come on. And I'm like, and then I'm like, girl, you cannot be singing throw the ass with, and because Sanai don't even listen to 103 nothing. She is a 93.1. And I'm just like, are you the problem? Are you the problem?
It could be because I can imagine I'll pick up my nephew and the radio's on and then he'll start singing. I'm like, well, hold on, wait a minute. And first of all, how do you even know this song?
And that's what Sanai said. And I was like, I'm turning that. She was like, I don't know why you turned because I already know the whole song. And I was like, well, I won't be singing it.
But I think it's TikTok.
I don't know. I think it's
you
my son.
You can't say she don't have no TikTok.
No.
I think it's TikTok because these kids learn these songs on TikTok and Roblox. On TikTok and Roblox for sure.
Yeah. And my son, because he be playing all kind of crazy music and Rob Wade, whatever that man's name is, in the car. And she definitely don't want to listen to that. But it's just so crazy because every song literally on the radio I had to turn off because there was some type of sexual innuendo. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And sometimes when I'm on my pineapple whiskey, I'm in the vibe. But it's like when I'm amongst children or the grandbaby or elders, it's like, check yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Respect the environment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have a curated playlist for Revive, and like some of the songs that I wanted to put in there, I was like, just a little bit. It's a little bit raunchy. All of the playlist is pretty fantastic, if I say so myself. But I did think about that. I was like, do I want to, do I want this? Do I want this person saying this about that ass? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Right, because even if the words ain't in there, you still like, oh, hey, big girl, won't you bag it up? Hey, bag it up. Okay. So, yeah, it's just, we can't escape it. We can't escape it with the shampoo commercials. You cannot escape this. So, if we are so oversaturated and surrounded by so many hypersexual things, how do we prepare our children? And it's not even really all about children either. It's just like, how are we prepared, period? Because I'm talking about me as an adult. These songs are literally like tutorials for intimacy. So your child knows what to do because all you got to do is listen to the words, okay? And it teaches you. But if they are showing up without any education, they got the information, okay? So basically the music is supplying the information. Now you got to educate them about their bodies. Are we talking to our young ladies about period before the menstruation comes? Are we talking to our sons about erection and engagement in sex and fondling before they actually, the hormones, you know what I'm saying, begin to play, And
but are we talking to each about each?
Yeah.
Each about the other? Because talking to boys about menstruation is important as well. Very. Because they'll be like, I saw this video of this lady and she was telling her son about girls getting periods, and he probably was like 10. And she was saying that if you ever see that maybe a girl has a stain on her clothes, like just take off your jacket, give it to her.
Yeah,
and she was just telling him, and she was telling
handle her with care.
And I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't be giggling like, like they did me in the 5th grade. Maurice Hollis.
Maurice, call in 702. So we got time today, Maurice. 551-5261.
5th grade, Mayfair, and I was a tomboy, like running, playing, and I never forget. We had to line up. That's when we used to, remember. Well, no, I'm older than you, so I don't know if we had the iron colored chairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so. And we had to line up to go to the lavatory. We had to do a straight line down the hallway, then be in a line at the lavatory and wait. And there was a chair sitting there. And I remember having to go to the bathroom, and I ended up sitting in the chair. And when I got up, it was like, I'm every woman now. And I was like, what the?
And it was like your first time, or
my first time.
That sucks. So what did the teacher do?
He was a man.
So?
And up until I was maybe I felt like he was gay. I don't think he even knew.
So he should have known.
Nah, I don't even think.
A teacher should know that. Like, there's no exception for a teacher, especially if you're like 9. Like you're teaching.
Did I even
kids
have a
like
conversation
9
with that
to
man,
11?
though? Or did I just kind of sit there and was like, I'm not moving?
You don't remember that part? I wonder, like.
No, because I remember getting up and not knowing, and Maurice seeing it.
And what did he say?
Like, shooter, period. I was like, who? It was like you, and I was like,
oh my God, that is traumatizing. Now this explains a lot. Connie was traumatized, and she traumatized everybody else, child.
Oh my God, Jesus. But no.
That's rude. Maurice, call in. We got time today.
No, do not. And I ran into that fool
and what'd you tell
probably
him?
about 17 years ago back home. And he noticed me. And it's so funny because everybody always say they noticed me because of my teeth. And he was like, Constance Mitchell. And I looked because he all fat with glasses. And I saw him. And I instantly was back in the 5th grade.
Yeah, I feel it. Because that's trauma. That's traumatizing.
He was like, look at you. And I was like, I do not like you.
Not only are you traumatized because now this is your first time this ever happened. Second, he's making fun of it and everybody else hears it. So it's like double the trauma.
Double the trauma. And I don't remember like, call my mother, come get me right now. I think I might have just was like, I'm telling you,
so
it's
did
a
your
blackout.
mom tell you about cycles before?
No.
Oh God.
No.
So you over there really traumatized.
Really?
Like you don't know what is going on.
My mother would probably still nurse me if she could. My mother has always coddled and been a baby. Like it was really, even she'll tell you like, oh, when Treese was 2, she was a lot. She didn't even really need me, you know? And it's like, what? So there was a level, her mindset had me being independent at 2.
But I think moms her age did, like, they didn't have those talks.
But going back to the show, understanding life after rape and understanding now being a product of a sexual assault situation, it was a detachment, you know? So I think at first when I was born, I was like a toy, you know? It was like I was her possession. And as I began to talk and walk and look like somebody else and have all these type of, you know, she was just like, hold on, this is real. Like I'm like a real mother right now. And I think that early on, I knew that she needed help. So I've always been parentified, you know, as a system would call. Because even my friend Maurice, he said, Treese, as they call me Treese, he said, you literally been grown since we was like 12. And I think it is because of my mother not dealing with her situations. So once again, we go back to that conversation about, hey sis, hey Tiffany, I'm at the gateway about to go. Oh, okay. Thanks for tapping in. Once again, we just tap into that education. You know, all of us know what these tools do. We know that you know, do this, do that, and this can happen. But do you understand the education as a parent, an uncle, or aunt, or even a mentor to a young person? Are we giving them education on their options? You know, as far as birth control starts, abstinence, number 1. You know what I'm saying? There used to be a time where you could go to a Planned Parenthood and get birth control. And guess what? You still can. It's not as prevalent as it used to be, but there are some privately funded.
I think still Planned Parenthood.
But not like it used to be.
I don't know.
Like you used to walk in every neighborhood and you could go to a Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? Within probably,
I think I only know of one. I only know the one that's on MLK and Alexander.
I didn't grow up here, but I just know where we live. Wherever there was a school or in a restaurant, in between it was a Planned Parenthood. Like that's one thing. And another thing, we need to educate everybody. I think need to be educated on these sexually transmitted diseases. Because listen, let me tell you something. The gas is up, but so is the VD. Listen, I saw some stuff that came out of the rodeo. Sis.
That came out of the rodeo? What do you mean?
The whole Houston epidemic.
Well, Houston has a high STD rate in the first place. They're like one of the top 3, I believe. And of course, we know who is number 1.
Yeah. And then now we got a story coming up out of there allegedly. That he, you know what I'm saying, running rampant through.
Who?
I don't want to say the name, but it's all over social media.
Who?
It's all over. The train. Am I like, oh yeah, so now they can hear me. Listen, y'all know who it is.
Oh, you talking about TP?
I don't think them the initials. What's TP? But listen, allegedly Orlando Brown out here spilling more tea, and everything is just starting to make sense. Even watching the Ray J and Cam Newton interview, it's just like, dude said he slept with 45,000 women.
Said that
Ray J.
I think he said 2,400.
No, he did not. He said he had 2,400 or threesomes. I watched it like 3-4 times, and not the first. He did 2 interviews, and they were like, "There's no way," and it was so crazy because I had somebody in my environment, and that was just like,
so he said he slept with 1,250 women.
Okay, well, what did he say?
Sorry, 12,500. Why am I reading this? How my brain done? 12,500 women. I believe it.
Okay, and then he was saying like a threesome thing.
Remember,
so that's
Ray J been Ray J since he was like 13 years old.
And you started out on this boy just slamming. He just give it a week. Like, where's the beef? He just came out here on. No, I mean, it didn't even matter.
On Moesha, he was like 13, 14
but
years old.
I'm saying we always knew that he was well endowed from a baby.
From a baby is crazy.
I mean, not from a baby. I'm just saying from his baby career. When I say baby, I mean as far as career.
He was a grown man when that came out. He was a grown man. Yeah.
You gotta watch the Cam Newton interview because
I will watch it.
He said that he was 17 when
allegedly because them Kardashians ain't about to sue us.
No, I ain't say no. I ain't even say a name.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's say but I'm saying let's say he was at 13, 14, he was still Ray J, and at the same time, like, he probably was having sex with multiple people at one time.
Yeah,
so
that's what he said.
I believe that he probably did engage with that many people.
Listen.
Now, is that gross? Yes.
I'm not going to use the word gross. I'm just going to say definitely oversex. Nigga,
okay,
you already know.
You sleeping with a dude who slept with 12,500 women. And probably most of them was probably raw. Let's think about this. Allegedly.
I love Marvin J.
See?
I couldn't imagine putting her through that level of abuse. I can't.
Mm-mm.
I'm in love. I can't.
They say like your body count shouldn't matter. It does.
It definitely does. Now I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I ain't pancake taste like syrup, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely, okay, ain't been to IHOP. Ain't been to Yeah, what you say, Tiffany? Yup. Now listen here. Okay? Stop. In the name of love. Okay? And then I just gotta wonder, when we see these stories, because he literally is not done. So we watch and we know and we see, and yet we still put our lives at risk. And I don't want to make this about anybody in particular. I just want to let y'all know that we are in a crisis, the healthcare crisis. The options to counteract some of these things, you know what I'm saying, is scarce. Okay? And I'm seeing people who are over sexual suffering. You cannot find happiness in semen. Okay?
You know what? I was listening to a rapper that was on Breakfast Club yesterday. He had a few years ago a sex tape got leaked of him having intercourse with a couple of other men. What? And he's bisexual. He's bisexual.
Okay.
But he just never told it. It wasn't any. He said all his friends knew, his family. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything. But the fact that person recorded him and then put it out was, a little shady. But he said he was talking to his uncles about how people could get over sexualized, and he was talking about, they want you to watch this when you're little. They want you to look at this magazine, or
hormones.
Show you. And then so he's like, those things can make you hypersexual.
Curious. Yeah.
And not necessarily curious, because I'm not sure they were showing him gay porn. He might have just been gay.
I mean, just at a young age, you're curious about something you haven't experienced, and you watching,
right?
And then for you to go off into this lifestyle where now you having this conversation because you decide to have sex over their house. Listen, like my girl mama said, she bought a pickup truck. She said, I like to look up at the stars, not the ceiling. I'm not a mattress hoe. I said, what?
So she in the car? What?
Listen, she in control of the destination. Okay, she know when she coming and going. Hello, she said she take that pickup truck and she'll go off on the, on a little excursion, pull off. I said, well, now that's sexy. She got a whole little, you just kind of looking at the stars, and then she just drop you off. And this was an older woman. You know what I'm saying? Listen. If you really do research, when I speak about STD, STIs, there's no age cap, because literally the age of 68 to I think like 80 something is the rise of sexually transmitted diseases. So this is not like a young thing.
Well, that's because they're in a assisted living home. They're all smashing each other. They're in the same building. A little horny toads are on a wheelchair child, and because of the other businesses that we have, trust now, I've been inside of there, and I'll be seeing they be doing too much. They got it'll be one man to like 10 ladies, and they own him. That's bae, all of them.
What?
So they're not having protection.
All of them. I'm trying to get it in with my recreational therapy, and I'm gonna bring some packets up in there.
Bring some condoms, Shell.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because what is going on? They are outside, and I appreciate being sexually fluid at your old age, but y'all gotta take care of yourselves.
And you right there, lightweight at the hospital.
I was watching something on TV too. It was like this. It was like this one dude. He had two ladies from the assisted living place. And the lady, one of the ladies got sick, so the other lady went to help the other lady and him, but they were all that they was hooking up with each other. They weren't even in the throuple. He was just a suave. Okay.
Oh my God. Listen, I had a client. She was 78 and he was 72. They had been married since she was maybe about 8 years. And that, these community centers, the conversation. One of the neighbors, her husband was a millionaire out of this casino. He died. He ended up retiring and dying and left her with $1 million something. Do you know he left my client and went with the neighbor? Okay, they would swim. She was at work traveling. They would be swimming all day. She came home. And the neighbor tried to tell her, the other lady was like, your husband got a lot of time on his hands, and she was like, well, he's retired. I'm still working. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, he's surely been hanging out, with the other neighbor, and she was like 80. So he's 72, she 80, just came in $1 million, already was pretty well off. He left my customer, drained her account. And I was like, this dude had to be a gigolo. Like, this is literally what he does, And she had to hurry up and just buy a car before she just filed bankruptcy, because he took all her money. So she literally had a nest egg saved. He was able, I guess is what, no, maybe 10 years. Because I think after 10 years, he had it all set up to destroy her. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. There's no age cap. And then I got a few people in my ear be talking. I'm just listening. And I'm just like, shut up. I'm not her. I'm too cool for your school, bruh. I'm not falling for it. I'm not interested. I don't need anything from you. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got to make sure you secure it in all spaces in your life, so that these broken people don't come in and try to bring in pieces and glue themselves to your ass. And then next thing you know, you stuck. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like it's just crazy. Definitely just protect yourself. And I'm saying on every level, every age, emotional maturity, because a lot of people are at a place in their life where they are starting over, And that's one thing I do appreciate about the senior center, is that I am amongst elders who have worked like over the retirement time, like they weren't looking forward to the stop and the sit down. Mm-hmm. And it's like, even today,
they don't need to stop and sit down.
No, but a lot of people are, because when I talk to some people back, they like, I can't wait to retire and not do nothing all day. I just want to lay down. No, that ain't really what you should be doing. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, because even after I left the workout class today with Melody, I was so sleepy. I was like, I got to go home and take a nap. She was like, don't start that mess. And I was like, well, no, Lord, I can't take a nap. She was like, don't even start. It's like, they not even
I mean, you could take a nap.
I didn't, though.
But I'm saying, taking a nap, like you tell her she passed the napping stage, okay? She need to stay up.
They had me out last night for Cinco de Mayo. They had me partying in the afternoon.
Like, we're in the age frame where we need a nap, child. Like, yes. We need a couple of
I went home and started cleaning. I was weed whacking the bathroom. I mean, not the bathroom, the backyard. Like, okay, let me just clean up the backyard. Then I went in the house and I did a little bit of laundry, straighten up. But it was almost crazy. Then I sat down just to do the content. And by the time I sat down, everything, all the phone, the messages, and I'm just like, oh, God, now it's time for me to go get Sinai. Mm-hmm. So then I got to get Sinai. Then I got to get ready to come here. And I'm just like, I posted that in the thing. I'm not anti-love. I'm booked and busy. Anti-stress. I don't want to take time from being productive to be in some nonsense. And I think, as I talk to a lot of, and even in the group, shout out to the Doolittle Red Hat Divas. I asked yesterday, is anybody in the group married? And a lot of them are widowed. I think maybe a sprinkle of them are married. And I wasn't more than 5. I do know that. And I'll tell you, these ladies just happy as they could possibly be. And then I'm looking at the other set that are married, and they are in a constant cycle of, they in some sticky shit. It's getting sticky. You mad because y'all can't go, but you not moving. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out, but I'm trying to figure it out just for conversation purposes, just for education, information. But I don't know. I just, y'all call me, tell me something. 702-551-5261. All I just know that everybody want access to our bodies, but nobody really want to invest in what it takes for us to maintain the level of weight on our necks. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that you teach yourself body awareness. You have to make sure that you are confident in your boundaries with how people are handling you. And also know how to emotionally be expressive about what you like or dislike, what you want or don't want, whether you're in a relationship or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I watched something and they were like, yo, I'm going on a date. And they were like, well, what's a date? And she was like, just dinner and going on a night out. But that's to her. But then I asked the guy, do you know what a date is? Do you know the acronyms?
No.
I see. Okay, I thought it was me because sometimes I could be a coconut.
Or did they just make this up? But go ahead.
No. I told my friend, I was like, I'm getting ready to go on a date. He like, oh, you going on a date? And I was like, yeah, like, I could do whatever I want to do. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, you know what date mean? And I was like, yeah, dinner and, a date. Mm. He was like, dick at the end. I said, I have I've never heard that.
I've heard that before, but he's a loser. So, I mean, a man who really likes you is going to take you on a date.
Right.
He's going to plan it. He's going to schedule it, so on and so forth. Now, there could be times where you just meet up. You're like, oh, you know what? Can we meet for drinks?
Yeah.
Because you kind of want to
But I had never heard that.
I've heard that before. But like I said what I said.
Yeah. I said he's a
Losers
clown.
come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, choices requires access.
What's his name?
Please don't get me started. Listen, I am coming into my non-confrontational age because what I realize is that I'm dangerous.
Let me be the confrontation because
I don't
that's so
want to
rude
argue.
that he did that.
I'm dangerous right now. That's just say choices require access. Real talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that a lot of women are exhausted, with dating. And this is what month? Mental health awareness. I don't know what your algorithm is doing, but I'm seeing women dressed up out and men being hyper aggressive and getting their asses whooped.
Wait, did you see the video of the dude breaking the window of the ladies that were in the car?
No. I just saw a video of a guy and a girl out on a date, and it looked like he was upset, and she was just like, calm down, and he went to grab her throat and slap her, and when I tell you she Clarissa Shield beat him down and then helped him up.
What are the things that you carry?
My kitten knuckles?
Yeah, kitten knuckles.
This little girl was like, at the restaurant last night, she was like, I love your keychain. It's a cat. And I was like, okay, baby. I was like, no, this is kitten knuckles. But then I was like, you know what? Let me leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even want to take the baby down that rabbit hole because she couldn't have been bumped no more than about 4 or 5. And it was crazy because Melody, she was so friendly. She was flipping and flopping and all over the restaurant because we had to wait. It was a bit of a wait. And her mother was distracted. And like on the corner of the wall, and every once in a while she would hit the wall where you couldn't see her, and the little girl was like sitting at the bench. And it was crazy because Melody made me a note of it. Me just being a grandmother, these kids always talking to me, and I'm always talking to them. And Melody was like, that's the type of kid that gets snatched. And I was like, she was hecka friendly and flippity floppity and not being, you know what I'm saying? And I think you can't even.
Any kid that gets snatched.
Any kid.
But
it was
at least she was a friendly kid.
Yeah, she was. I loved it. She was such a little princess.
So I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I was just saying but I thought about that little girl, that 7-year-old little girl, which is crazy. Like that whole story. But yeah, it just going back into the topic, of where we are. I think, too, that women's wellness is being compromised as well by the enhancement culture, And like T. Cherie said when she came on here, shout out to T. Cherie. She just dropped some music, too. When these girls go in for these surgeries, they have a picture and an idea, but often don't come out looking like what they asked for. So it's kind of like now you have to deal with this body dysmorphia. You have to deal with all of the conversation. You have to dress accordingly because you can't really fit anything beside lycra, spandex, polyester. So now here you go in this whole, whirlwind of being labeled and stereotyped, based on these enhancements. And, I think that does have a lot to do with social media. I'm just blessed to say that at this tender age that I am, I'm scared of needles and knives. Like the only operation I had is to get this knee glued back together and that ankle glued back together and birth. Okay. I went to Dr. Lane Smith, and I remember 20-some years ago, I was like, oh, I'm about to get me a porn body. And that man went in there and started drawing all over me. And he was like, you got a nice body. He's like, you got a nice frame, but I had breastfed. So I was like, oh, I want to lift my boobs up. And I was like, but I don't want implants. I literally just want like a transfer and a lift because I nursed. And he was like, wow, but look at your frame. And he just started drawing. And I was like, oh, okay, you about to turn me into a bad bitch. Now,
You're already a bad bitch.
But I'm saying this, I was young and I was just like, this how people get caught up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah. And so listen, let me tell you something. If the hula hoop can't get it, baby, I'll be at the 80-year-old senior active community center with Miss Pat doing some strength training and some chair yoga. And I'm getting ready to bring that chair hip hop in. Shout out to my girl Tiffany in Cleveland. I'm starting that Zoom class because y'all is calling me. And baby, it's coming together. It's all coming together. Like I say, week after week, somebody better get her because she out here looking fine. Okay. Because the naked truth is, I'm so conscious. I'm so aware. My boundaries, okay? My peace and protection is the most valuable thing to me, not sharing that space with anybody else. And I think that's what we all need to get to. But guess what? If you are having a problem situation, need somebody to talk to understand how to save yourself and learn how to enjoy your own company, guess what we got coming up? A bedroom candy event. I suggest you hit me up in the DM so you can get that personal invite and I can show you how to take yourself places that you never knew you could go. Listen, I'll say it again. I'm the lady with the lube, okay? It doesn't matter if you're loving on yourself or somebody else. I got you, girl and boy. You know, I got y'all out here, strictly confidential, but very transparent in the information. I just want y'all to protect yourself. You know, there's definitely time to have some fun, but just make sure you're safe. I understand your options, please. And don't go out there. Call me because I do drop-offs. It's Mother's Day. Make sure you treat yourself this weekend, ladies. Shout out to all the mothers out here doing their thing. Don't spend the day with the kids. Take a break. Okay? Take a break. That's the naked truth. All right. I'm your girl, Miss Conniw-LV. It's been such a pleasure. I thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure you copy, paste, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to chatting with you next week. I got a surprise. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Isn't just physical. It begins with attention. It deepens with curiosity. And it blossoms in trust. That's one of the many levels of intimacy we explore on The Naked Truth. Let me turn your love language up. I'm your girl, Miss Conniw-LV. I am your bedroom boutique consultant, /11002. I am the lady with the lube. It doesn't matter if you're loving on yourself or somebody else. I got you.